Over 30 and counting. Over 30 women murdered in Australia this year, and they're just counting. Like children taking their time, learning how to add, and whilst they're learning, how many more have to pay the price for this sad excuse of a judicial system that let every man walk despite their abusive mission. It's not all men, but it's definitely starting to feel like all women. We live in a first world nation, yet we have to take to the streets to petition for men sitting in their high chairs with their curly locks and frocks to take us seriously when we say no to some flop who pretends to not understand that no means no, rather neglects to respect a woman's choice to be her own independent and free-thinking spirit. It's not the 1920s when women had to fight to not be viewed as illiterate. Fast forward 100 years. We're in the 20s again, only this time it's new fears, whilst we can now vote. Apparently, we have to rally in order for our sense of safety to not be such a joke, letting every Tom, Dick and Harry walk out on bail, heading straight back to bury the woman that turned them down. Because they're so insecure, pretending to need some sort of crown, but the title they deserve is the label of criminal. That's the very least the government could do, quite minimal, is the expectation of these women to feel safe in their homes, their towns, not driven into hiding out of fear of this madness, of fickle men running rampant, stolen from their liberties, incinerated in these incivilities, and if the government doesn't do something about this. I despise the idea of having to think what the future is for every woman because we're losing our comfort and peace. Remember, if there's anything history has shown us is that freedom of speech is used for the betterment of society. So listen up while us women take to the streets wildly, chanting enough is enough. My body, my choice, and that's not tough. That's human rights that some are seemingly still learning. Newsflash, it doesn't matter what she is or is not wearing. A woman could walk naked in the streets and you would have no more right to her than if she were drowning in sheets. I heard someone once try to justify why a woman was raped. And let me tell you, both the committer and the justifier are as evil as hate. It's time women were finally given the equal footing they deserve, and the cowards that think otherwise driven away into an abandoned herd. And so I leave you with one request that weighs heavy on my chest: end the silence on women-based violence.